Hi everyone, so I wanted to show you very quickly how to look up a code in the Icd-10-Pcs Manual. You want to make sure that you have a current coding manual. This manual actually expired about a month ago, a little over a month ago on September 30th, so there should be a new one published now for 2017. We're going to use this one for the example. This will be the one that we use for class as well. So the Icd-10-Pcs Manual is a little bit more complicated in my opinion to use, only because it is all tables, as opposed to the CPT and the CM manuals where you have tabular lists. The PCS book is pretty much basically all tables, as you can kind of see there. So the steps are going to be essentially the same for looking up a code in the PCS manual as they are for looking up a code in any other manual, in that you will start in the index first. The difference is that you will start with looking up the root operation in the index. So for this example, we are going to do look up a resection of the left fallopian tube using an open approach. So resection of the left fallopian tube using an open approach. And so the first thing you're going to do is go to the index, which are all the gray pages at the front. Again, I like using these Optum manuals because they're color-coded, and I kind of like having things color-coded. And what you want to do is go through the index, and you'll notice that up at the top of the pages, there are words. Here's reposition. Here is introduction of substance in or on. Back here is release. And then this page starts the resection. And this column here you can kind of see. So there's resection. So that's the root operation that we are going to begin to look under. And we want to look for the resection of the fallopian tube. And I think I said the left, right? So you look under resection. And let me see if I can get the book back up there for you. So you want to look under resection of all of these different body parts. And of all things, this column starts with the clitoris, and then it goes all the way down. And then you have discs, you have ducts. Let me see if I can make that a little clearer for you. There you go. You have ducts, the duodenum, ears, epididymis, epiglottis, all the way down. And here we go. Down here at the bottom, we have fallopian tube. Left is 0UT6. So 0UT6. So you're going to want to write that down somewhere, 0UT6, because we then need to, as we have in other manuals, flip to our section to verify that code and to make sure that there are no other digits that need to be on that code, and I'm pretty sure there probably are. So 0UT6. So we're going to flip over here. 0 JK0U. So I'm going to flip to my yellow section back here. And then I'm going to look, if you look up at the top of these PCS tables, this is the female reproductive section. And then at the top of the tables, at the beginning of each section, there's a really nice page that kind of gives you some guidance. It tells you that the first column will give you the operation, second will be body part, third will be approach, the next character will be the device, and then the seventh character is the qualifier if it's there. Now if you look up at the top of these tables, it's going to tell you what each thing is. So this first page, these are all bypass procedures. So everything in this table is going to be a bypass procedure. The next page is going to be a drainage procedure. And then we have an extirpation procedure. So everything in this table are all extirpation procedures. So I'm going to flip over until we get to the resection. And so I find that here. Here we go. These are all resection procedures. And so I want to find the body part. 0 is ovary, ovaries, fallopian tube right, fallopian tube left. Okay, so this is how the PCS code structure works. I know that the first 3 digits of my code are going to be 0UT, because this is the medical surgical section, it's a female reproductive system, and the root operation is resection, okay? And then I'm going to build the rest of my code using whatever I select out of this table. And so I'm going to select for the left fallopian tube 6, because that is fallopian tube left, okay? And then the approach I said was open, so that's going to be 0. So my code so far is 0 UT from up here, 6 0 for an open approach. There was no mention of a device, so that would be Z, and there is no qualifier, so that would be Z. So then my overall code, my final code, is going to be 0 UT, 6 for the left fallopian tube, 0 for an open approach, no device is Z, qualifier is Z. So 0 UT, 6 0 ZZ. That's going to be my final PCS code for the resection of the left fallopian tube using an open approach. And so that's basically how all of the PCS tables work. And how you build a code from each PCS table. So we'll be doing lots of these as we go through the course, and you'll get lots of practice doing this, but this gives you at least a kind of a general idea on how to form and build those codes. So make sure you look for additional videos as we go through the chapters each week so that they can help you kind of work through some of the problems in the weekly homework assignments. All right, thanks guys.